We're Hayden and Erin, and normally you'd find us eating amazing vegan food we find on our travels. But we've been stuck in quarantine in Los Angeles for the past 3 months. We've been trying our hands at cooking traditional dishes from around the world, and well, we're not the greatest cooks.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to our quarantine kitchen. Today, we're heading to Asia, and I'm so excited because we're making dumplings.
Specifically, we're making Japanese gyoza.
We've got all sorts of crazy ingredients today and methods of cooking. We had to get a rolling pin. This should be a good one. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be great.
Step 1, we have a lot of vegetables to chop and prepare. Okay, why was the mushroom always invited to the parties?
Because he's a fun guy. I think I really nailed the chopped onion.
I think I'm doing mostly well with the mushrooms.
Those are good. Those are tiny. Cut in the same direction.
Thank
I'm
you.
impressed with your work. So we're done chopping. Everything's all chopped up. We've got it all separated, and all we have to do is throw it into a pan, get it cooked up, and then we have to make dough. That's the scary part of this endeavor. Chopping vegetables, isn't that traumatic, but rolling dough, I don't know.
We're getting ready to cook the vegetables down, and it looks like we start with sesame oil, and then we start with the mushrooms, onions, and carrots first. Cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes, then you add in the leeks and cabbage, a little bit of salt. Cook that for about 5 minutes. The next ingredients are the ginger, the garlic, a little bit of black pepper, soy sauce, rice vinegar, and sriracha sauce.
So we have all the filling ready to go. It's sitting, cooling off a little bit, and now the hard part, we're making dough. All we have to do is put 2.5 cups of flour with some water and a little bit of salt and knead it out. Sounds so easy.
Super easy.
So easy.
So this thing's starting to look almost like Satan. This is almost looking a little bit like Seitan. It's really kind of crumbly and stripped, and now it's time to knead. I need to knead.
I need you to need me.
It is not coming together yet.
You gotta knead it.
I don't necessarily know what kneading is.
Why am I not shocked by that?
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna knead it.
Why is that?
Because apparently Erin doesn't know what that means. I'm not sure exactly what kneading, I've seen it happen, not that I've ever done it in my life, so. Pretty sure it's this kind of emotion. Just like a workout. That's really intense. How do I know when I'm done? I feel like I'm not anywhere near being done. I added just the tiniest bit of water to it. Kind of even just get your hands a little wet, but then it kind of made it slimy for a minute, and it kind of turned into Play-Doh, which was really gross. But I think it helped. It's now more dough. It was just a little too dry, I think. I feel like it's good. It's smooth. That was one of the indicators. And I think I just need to get it into a ball, and then it goes into the refrigerator for 30 minutes. And then we roll it out. The dough is ready. You want to roll?
I will if I have to, but want is definitely not the word I would use.
You start. We have to divide it in 2 and then start rolling it out. So we'll see how it goes for you.
Getting my arm workout in today.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna get it much thinner than that. So we've done one half of the dough. We have obviously some extras left that when we finish this other half, we'll combine together and do another run. Back to the arm workout. Now it's time to put all that back together, roll it back out, and cut some more. Very intense in the arms.
Look at a pretty dumpling plate. Okay, So we have all of our perfectly cut little dumpling wrappers. And now we just have to learn the folding technique. So it doesn't look too complicated. We're supposed to just put a teaspoon of the mix that we made earlier into it, fold it up, fold, fold, boom, bam, bang, done. Let's see how easy it really is. You fold it up, and you fold it up. And then we go on the other side, fold it up, fold it up. It's not the prettiest dumpling. I think there's two issues. One is that I use too much filling in it. And then the second issue is that I think that our wrappers are too thick, and so it's hard. They're not very malleable. So like in the video we watched, they're a lot thinner, so you can kind of like do the wrap a little bit easier. These are really thick, and like even squeezing them, I can't really get it to stay together. So we'll just have to improvise. Okay, so now that you've seen me do it, how confident are you?
Not at all. Let's really get that wet. This is working out real well.
I thought rolling the dough was going to be the hardest part, not making the actual dumplings.
Yeah. I wouldn't sell these at a restaurant, but hopefully they cook well.
I think we're just going to assembly line make these now, and maybe as we keep going, it'll get easier, or we'll learn some techniques.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. So
kind of like the meatballs. They start off a little rough at the beginning.
Right. So we've got all of these to make. It's a lot of work. Let's get to it. But I do think that kind of using your hands to knead it out a little bit further, just along the edges, really helped.
So yeah, definitely not using too much water.
I wish the carrots weren't as hard, or they were a little bit more shredded.
I wish they were shorter.
And then you really want to get that pinch. And it helps if you really like stick your finger in there. Like once you got one side sealed,
Right.
really pack it in there.
I got one side to look really nice, and the other is just like.
Yeah, and then at the end, you might get a little squirt of juice.
Look at you.
Look at that beautiful dumpling. Did it. It's got perfect foldature. Perfectly coiffed.
I think I'm giving up on the folds. I think I'm going flat dumplings. Like raviolis almost.
Of course you're just gonna quit and be like, I'm not doing that.
No, look how much nicer it's sealing though.
So naturally Aaron's like, I'm not making what we're making.
Well, no,
We're going to Poland. We're making pierogies.
What?
Just looking at your plate.
Pierogies, man.
I mean, I'm kind of impressed with myself.
I mean, look at this pierogi. Like, that is baller.
It's baller if we were making pierogies, but we are not. We are making dumplings. Okay, so we have finished molding our dumplings / pierogies.
Moment of truth. A nice crisp on them. I can't grab them. The filling's good. The dough's a little thick. And I think it's just more so that it's thicker than what I'm used to. It's not in a bad way, but I wish we could have gotten it thinner than what we did. Overall, I'd say maybe a 7 out of 10.
That does not bode well for how these are supposed to go down. So Aaron fried his up, and I have mine still to go. So now I'm nervous.
So once they've got a little bit of a crispy bottom, you want to cover with a lid and then slowly pour some water in so it starts steaming them.
I'm excited. I'm just gonna take a bite here. I added a little bit of green onions on top for that extra little pop of flavor. Okay, moment of truth. Perfect. It's like so much work for kind of a disappointing outcome. The dough is too thick. I feel like we knew that when we went to go wrap them. I think I'm gonna try to fix them. I think they're just under steamed. So I'm gonna like actually steam them and see if that helps, because they're crispy on the bottom, I just think they're maybe undercooked, and that's why they're so thick. So I put them in for about a little under 15 minutes. Oh, that was hot. Oh, that was hot. That's what they look like. They look like they're a little bit more cooked. They haven't exploded or anything, so let's just pull them out, and if they're better, fantastic. If not, I tried. Give it a little dip. It's better. So the dough is still a little thick. Now they're a little more palatable. Now they taste cooked. So now they're like too thick still, but I think they were just underdone, maybe was the issue. So a good little 15 minutes in a steamer basket really seemed to turn them around. I think they came out totally decent.
Yeah, those came out way better. They still are thick. Like you can still taste the thickness of the dough, but it's definitely cooked more thoroughly. Definitely made them way better.
Way better. We did it. You know, it's just so funny because like we really don't know what we're doing in the kitchen. So like I'm not shocked that most of it doesn't turn out very well. Like if these were amazing, I'd be like, wow.
Maybe we are.
Maybe we can be chefs. This has been fun. What kind of other recipes from countries around the world do you want us to see? Something that, you know, would preferably work out. We're not good at rolling dough, so let's start there. All right, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
We're gonna get to chopping. Pew, pew, pew.
It's a chopper.
Chop. All right, you start. Oh, walk in here.
Oh. Come on, wherever you are. I don't think it's worth the effort. I'm already sweating. I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. Yeah, you're perfect now.
Okay, good.
You're perfect all the time.
Perfect. Really finger that hole. I mean, it seems like this would be.
Like if these showed up in a restaurant, I'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah, we're good. You're not making gyoza.
This is true.
Gyoza. It's gyoza, not gyoza.